It's hot out here in Portlaoise for the Leinster Senior Camogie Championship final, and there you see all the officials out there getting their pictures taken by Martina McGilloway and Hazel McKenna, and a young fella in the middle there as well. And the referee is Ray Kelly from Kildare. His officials, John Dermody from Westmeath, standby referee as well, John McDonald from Offaly, and the fourth official, Gavin Donegan. The umpires as well, Paddy Nolan, Wayne Bagnall, Anthony Moore, Coleman O'Connor, and I hope they have all got their sun cream with them. Actually, there's one putting a coat on. It's a funny sort of a day. 1 minute it's very warm, and the next minute it can be quite cool, especially as if he is going to be on the stand side. Maybe he's the fourth official. So there's the referee. There's the manager of Dublin, Adrian O'Sullivan, Sully as he is known, and he's in his second year with Dublin, and he has the book with him there, and he is now giving last instructions to his Dublin team, or at least half of them. That's maybe, is it the subs or is that the starting 15? Must be the starting 15. The other players are going over to the side. We are going to go and look at the teams, and we'll look at the Dublin team to start off with, actually. And in goals, there's a change there. Well, they've used several goalkeepers in the last year, and they're using Eva Mooney today from Castleknock. There's one change, and at number 10 there is a change because Elise Jameson Murphy has been replaced by, and it's no big surprise, Aisling Maher is in there wearing number 17. All-star in 2017, scored 3 points against Westmeath last week after coming on as a sub. Scored 4 points against Kilkenny last year when they met, and that was 4 of 6 that Dublin scored from St Vincent's, of course, as is Murren Kelleher, making it just a 2 from the Vincents, and the rest, well, it's St Jude's, Nafena, and there's Niamh Olaf in there as well, so there's a bit of a mixture. The Couch twins are in there, of course, at 9 and 12. The Gannon sisters are in there, and Hannah Hegarty captains the team from number 6, and good to see Ali Toomey at 13 getting a clear run after injuries. And let's look at the Kilkenny team. No changes that we know of, so that looks like the team that is going to start. Niamh Deely at number 6 is one to watch. She was player of the match in the Ashbourne Cup final when DCU won it for the first time ever. She's developing into a super player there. And you've Grace Walsh, of course, on the right at number 5, 2 All-Stars. And on the left you've the Fitzgerald sisters, Tiffany and Steffi, both from the Young Ireland's club, and Tiffany only made her debut in the league in February, so she's in there, and that's Sister Act coming up the left hand side there, so they should be okay with a connection there. 2 Aoifes at midfield, and then look at those forwards. Denise Gall, 5 All-Stars in the last 6 years. Katie Parr, 4 All-Stars since 2009. Mary O'Connell, superb last week. Katie Nolan, an All-Star last year for the first time. Miriam Walsh, well, what can you say, 4 goals for the Dubs, against the Dubs rather, in the 2019 Leinster semi-final, so she has previous against Dublin. 2-2 against Offaly last week as well, and Julianne Malone as well in the corner, a 2016 All-Star, a formidable forward 6 there for the Cats. So will we hear the kittens roar today? We may well do. 4-10 from play last week against Offaly out of 4-14. But Dublin are here, young team, and they will be prepared to give it absolutely everything today. First final in Leinster, senior finals in 35 years, so they will hope to hit the ground running. Pitch is superb, no complaints there at all. It's absolutely perfect, and it's the setting is perfect here in Portlaoise, and the anthem is about to start. Great atmosphere here in O'Moore Park in Portlaoise. Big crowd, and it's building by the minute for this meeting of Leinster finalists. Dublin and Kilkenny, the Cats from Kilkenny. And they were roaring last week. They ripped into Offaly and scored 4-14 against them. The Gall and Walsh combination, 3-6 between them. They really hit the ground running and improved from the previous game. They are championship sharp. And Dublin have it all to do. Very young team. 5 of the 6 forwards are under 21. 7 made their debuts against Westmeath. It's asking a lot from them, but Aisling Maher has come in wearing number 17. The trophy down below us here in the main stand, and Dublin have not won that since 1987. 35 years. It would be a major shock, but they are an up-and-coming team, and they are going to give it everything here against Kilkenny. The start will be so important. Kilkenny started so well last week. They had a good goal, a freak goal, but a goal right at the start, and they're on the attack at the start of this game, looking to hit the ground running. But Dublin will want to be the team that gets on the board, or at least keeps the game really lively for the first quarter. And of course their ambitions will be more than that, but they will certainly have an emphasis on a good start. Kilkenny so dangerous, and they seem to have the ball most of the time in the first minute or so, and this is a chance for the first score of the game, and it is indeed a point for Kilkenny. 33 seconds or so is all that it took. Very hard to see the white numbers on the stripes, actually. So I'm looking at the midfielder who scored that, and it's either 8 or 9. So it's either Aoife Doyle or Aoife Prendergast. It's quite hard to see. The 8 and the 9 look identical from a distance, especially high up here in the stand. But it was definitely Aoife, and it was definitely a midfielder for Kilkenny, and they have the first blood. But this is Dublin going on their first attack of the game down the left-hand side here, the near side to the stand. And they've got it, and that's well played by Niamh Gannon, getting it into the full forward area, and that's a free. That's good work by Aisling Gannon, and you would think this could be the equaliser. And Aisling Maher coming in to the start today, and she does take the free, so she's assuming those responsibilities right away. Last year they met in the championship, I think it was actually, right at the start, and there was a low scoring game, 1-8-6, and Aisling scored 4 of Dublin's 6. Aoife Norris from Piltown gets great distance on that one, but maybe not the accuracy that she was looking for. Actually, she has got the accuracy, and it could turn out really well, because the Dublin number 2, Christine Shanahan, was turned inside out there, but it hasn't ended in a score for Kilkenny, and that's good distribution by Eva Mooney, and it's spilled nicely for Aisling Maher. She's done well to win that, but she's hooked. Maher taking her time and looking up to see what the options are. She's in the only shaded part of the pitch and pops it low, but straight to the opposition number 6, Niamh Deely, who puts it into the middle. Sun shining again here, I'm glad to say, although it is a little bit cloudy too. You see parts of the pitch in sunshine and parts not. The ball is in the sunny part at the moment. Good defending. Dublin repelling that attack. And an acceptable start, I would suggest, for them, but they need to get out in front. And that was Gannon waiting in behind for that one. And the ball spilled kindly, and that is going to be a free for Kilkenny. Just to be clear on the first score for Kilkenny, I'm pretty sure now it was Aoife Prendergast, the captain from Dixborough, who got it. And there's a player down already, and I think it's Jodie Couch, who's the helmet off and has gone down to alert the referee that she needs a little bit of treatment. And there she is. She's getting to her feet now before the treatment has arrived, but there's something she's not quite happy about. Ray Kelly, the referee, coming in to have a word to assess the situation. And I can now confirm via the Leinster Camogie Twitter feed it was Aoife Prendergast with the first point. And thanks to Sarah Dunn, I see they're commenting as well on the Leinster Camogie Twitter feed that it's brilliant the game is being live streamed. Thank you for that. And she says hashtag up the cats, so we know where she's coming from. And she also tags in raise the bar and stripey woman. Jodie putting her helmet back on and we can get underway again. So early doors, 1 point each, 5 minutes gone. Not an awful lot of camogie played just yet. That's very, very high and dropping dangerously in around the house, but what a catch. Is that the captain? I think it is Hannah Hegarty in there, and that's a brilliant little bit of fielding in there. She's a inspirational young player. In fact, the players voted for her to be a captain. That's always a good sign when it's the captains who actually vote. Shows what they think of her. Talented player and good hard worker in there as well, and good attitude. Now this is Prendergast off again, looking for her second score. Should get that one, and does. Profited there and was in the right place at the right time and sped away, and once she was away you knew that was going over. 2 points for the captain, 2 points for Kilkenny. Eva Mooney from the Castle Knock Club in Dublin, looking to see where she can go with this one. The last one went left, this one goes right up the middle, and that's going to break kindly and come right back at her, I would imagine, though there's good hustling in there from the Dublin players, in particular Roisin Baker. That's gone into the corner, and it's well watched by the fullback Eve O'Brien for Dublin. Now they're working it patiently through the hands here, they're not just launching it forward, but that tactic falls when you don't keep possession. This is Miriam Walsh. Now she is held up well by two Dublin players, and they've turned it over well, Dublin. That's really good defensive work by them. Didn't panic against the star forward, and she is a star forward. There's a lot of star forwards out there for Kilkenny, but only the 2 points so far, and both from midfield. Now that's the second time it's gone in there towards Aisling Gannon, and it hasn't stuck. So that is an area where Dublin will be wanting to get possession in there. The ball is difficult to get in there, so it's got to stick when you get in there. And the referee says that is definitely a foul, and it's a foul by the number 2, Michelle Teenan. That's a free for Dublin, and they could level again. We do welcome your comments on the YouTube channel. We are on the Leinster Camogie YouTube channel, and there's a live chat area there, so feel free to leave a comment there on the proceedings so far, or even just to tell us where you're watching the game from. It is an historic day, a milestone day, double header. Laois Galway in the men's senior hurling Leinster Championship coming up at 5 o'clock after this, so the ladies on the same stage are the stripy women, as was put on the hashtag a few minutes ago, the camogie players of Kilkenny and Dublin, who are now locked at 2 points each after 8 minutes. And this is a good start by Dublin. They look well organised as well. You see their structure set up from the puck out, making sure that the keeper has to go long, and she did go long. Now they're still may profit from it because Julianne Malone has got it. Now she's come well out of the corner, and the ball is now going into the corner. That's good work by the fullback again, Eve O'Brien. Oh, brilliant work. Absolutely superb from the girl from Nafena. And that's excellent defence, and Adrian O'Sullivan will be delighted with that, but that's good work by Denise Gall. But Dublin certainly getting tore in here, and Adrian O'Sullivan was saying on the Scoreline.ie podcast the other day that these teams had met in a challenge, and they both went at it, and they're both going at it again. That's really good work though, and this should be a point. And it is, and I think it's Niamh Deely who's got it. No, actually I'm checking the numbers here Again, it's a 6 and 8. I find very hard to see. Maybe it's my eyesight. I think it's Aoife Doyle who got it from Piltown. Definitely a Kilkenny point. Now Mooney goes to more or less the same spot as the last one. And again, it goes to Kilkenny. Or does it? Dublin very good at getting in after it and doing their best to spill and to challenge for it, but they haven't managed to get possession out of that little passage of play. This is good work by Kilkenny, moving it around through the hands very swiftly and accurately, but the shot at the end of it was not accurate. Kilkenny not firing just yet. Oh, but they might now. That's a good interception there by Malone. She saw that one, and it's going straight over from Miriam Walsh. Just as they said they're not firing, they fired. Double scores now, and it was all from the puck out, which was looking for Emma O'Byrne, but it was well spotted by her marker. So where's Mooney going this time? She's trying straight up the middle again. Oh, brilliant little bit of fielding as well. Kilkenny starting to dominate. And as they say that, they put a wayward pass over the sideline and give the ball straight to Niamh Gannon. Now, the Dubs, 2 points so far, but nothing from play. And Kilkenny just starting to edge a lot of the little battles out there and moving the ball around better than they did in the first 5 or 6 minutes. There's a long one, and it's dropped in. And look, this is lovely play, and this could be the first goal of the game. The Kittens are about to roar, and they have with a goal, the first score of the game to the net in the 11th minute. Brilliant work. And brilliantly finished to the net. You just knew it was going to end up in the net from Aoife Doyle, and the Piltown woman found the net with ease. And again, the ball dropping for the Cats. It seems like every ball has been won by them at the minute. They might get in behind as well now, and there might be a bit of holding in there, but the referee says play on. Ball still there to be won, and is won by Gallagher in the end. She was certainly tight to her forward there, maybe a little bit too tight, but the referee said it was okay. She held her own, but for a moment it looked like Kilkenny were going to get through and possibly for another goal, but she did very well. Look at the sharpness of the tackling there in defence. These Dublin players are playing at a different level today, and that's very, very difficult for them to get anywhere near it. But that's a brilliant hook, and that's great work again by Shanahan. So they're certainly defending as well as you could expect in the first quarter of the game. This is O'Byrne. This is Maher putting it in again. That's brilliantly caught as well. Now this could develop. That's a little bit ambitious from there, and it just drops into the hand of Aoife Norris and comes straight back at them. Spills again. The bright red, or the sort of pinky boots, I think, maybe, for Katie Power. Very distinctive. There's Shanahan doing well again. She's got snazzy boots on too. And playing a snazzy game too, Christine from Niamh Olaf. Very good last week and played intermediate last year, and she's come up and she is showing what she can do against a top opponent. In fact, it was Murren Kelleher, but they're both doing very well. Both cornerbacks doing very well. They've both had their moments. Now that one dropped dangerously, but the referee says Dublin player was in the square. Ray Kelly spotted that one. Yeah, so it was Kelleher doing really well there. She made her debut in 2020 from St Vincent's. And Shanahan on the other corner doing equally well in these opening exchanges. 13 and a half minutes gone. 1-4 plays 2. And that's good control on the stick by Julianne Malone. She's definitely not playing in the corner forward. She's out around the middle a lot, winning good ball and then putting it in there. Eve O'Brien winning her personal battles all the time, it seems. This is Denise Gall. And now they're starting to enjoy themselves, Kilkenny. Finding more room than they did earlier. And it's 1-5-2. And it's now a 6-point game. Good quick puck out though. Finds Emma Flanagan for Dublin. And that's good work. They need to get the ball up there a little bit quicker. And they do. But look at that for tenacious defending there. Aisling O'Neill has had 3 balls come into her. And the defending has been so tight that she has hardly been able to get anything away. But that's the level you're playing at. These are some of the best players in the country, and see it again, they come out so quick and win that personal battle. This is Maher now. She's proved that she can certainly exist at this level, and just as that is said, she is dispossessed, but she had 5 or 6 cats around her. Now, a little bit of room here for Miriam Walsh, and she's clearly fouled there and is hurt as well by that challenge from Shanahan and Hegarty. And this will be a chance for players to get some water on board, because it's been a hectic first 15 minutes. And it's hot out there. I was here last week and there was a strong sun. But today the wind has gone. There was a strong wind last week. So tough for the players, and they are indeed getting a little bit of water on board while treatment is administered. And it's not just the Kilkenny player getting a little bit of treatment. Either way, it's a hold up. Now, it's great to be able to bring a live stream to you, not just because people in the ground or down the road here or in Ireland can watch it, but also people abroad. So we have a message from Scottstown, not in Monaghan, but in Quebec, Canada. Good to have you with us. Hope you're enjoying this. Must be early on the Saturday morning over there in Canada. And that is just inside the post. Actually, the referee says, or the umpire signals that wide. I thought it was over, but no, it's wide from Denise Gall. Stays at 1-5-2. Now Dublin working hard to try and get out of defence, and that's Gabby Couch, twin sister of Jodie, and there's a good long effort, all brilliantly caught as well. That's superb. This is much better from Dublin, and this is good from Aisling Gannon too. And is it their first score from play? Oh, it's just gone to the right. Best move of the game so far from Dublin though. Gannon sisters to the fore. They just need a little bit of joy at this time in the game, or it could go away from them a little bit. This is the captain, Hegarty. And you see the way Kilkenny pounce and punish any slight mistakes. If it's not absolutely spot on, they are, as I said, championship fit. They are championship sharp, and that's good work by Julianne Malone getting her shot in. And it's batted down by the goalkeeper, but it's going to come back in here, and this could end up in the net, and it is. I was just saying that Dublin are going to get punished if they make any sort of mistakes at all, if they're not really precise. And that is a goal for Miriam Walsh. 2-2 last week, and she's off the mark again with Kilkenny's second goal today. Now that's good work around the middle of the field by Gannon. Niamh Gannon trying to get it into her sister Aisling. This is Aisling O'Neill. You see the tackle coming in there. What a dive that was by Michelle Teenan from James Stevens. Brilliant. 2-5-2 now. 18 minutes gone. Kilkenny finding a little bit of room there in the middle of the field that they mightn't have found earlier. The ball's in there somewhere. And eventually comes out, and it's a Kilkenny ball. It's Gall. And that pass is just a little bit too high for Malone. So Dublin can clear. But here they need to be so precise. This is a bit better. This is Hegarty trying to break through a few tackles. She looks for a bit of help. She gets it. They're having to work hard just to get the ball out of their own half. This is Maher, forced to go very deep and gets it into the middle, but that is going straight to Katie Parr. And you can't afford to give her easy ball. This is Mary O'Connell. She puts it back in. But Baker is there. Now, the long ball for Dublin. But there is a Kilkenny sweeper back there, and Grace Walsh just says thank you very much, and it's going to come right back at you. This is Niamh Deely. Pressure by Maher, but she shrugs that off and puts a lovely ball into Denise Gall. And Denise goes for her score, but it's going to drift to the left and wide. Pressure from Gall on O'Byrne, and it was enough to win the ball back for Kilkenny. And Gall does love playing that cross-field ball, but that's a couple of times it hasn't worked. It's Niamh Gannon battling for it, but she is outnumbered and outfought there. And this is Katie Parr. Puts it into the corner of the attack, but it's good defending. O'Byrne there to help as well. There's one stick on the ground, or one hurl on the ground. I get used to calling it a stick. I'm almost afraid to confess. In my part of the world, you can call it a hurl or a stick. Ray Kelly is going to throw this one in. That's good battling by Jodie Couch, but she goes to ground. And instead it's Aoife Doyle. Comes back to go forward to Gall from distance, almost in her own half, and puts it to the left as she did with the last one. So as I say, it's live on Leinster Camogie YouTube. Feel free to leave a message there on the live chat area, and I'll keep an eye on them as the game goes on. We appreciate your input and your comments on this historic day, a milestone day, a double header with the men. Laois Galway coming up at 5 o'clock in the Leinster Senior Hurling Championship. So the girls on the same stage, and Dublin in their first final in 35 years. And this is better from them. They've manufactured a chance, an opportunity, but it's gone to the right and wide. Just the 2 points so far, and they have not yet scored from play, Dublin, which is a bit of a worry. But it was asking a lot of them, I have to say, coming into this game. Very young team up against a team full of all-stars. But so far, they have actually acquitted themselves very well, although on the scoreline they look to be 9 points down. They have certainly competed very well, and it has not been one-way traffic. So Mary O'Connell got the last point, and that one made it. Actually, that was a few minutes ago. So I'm just checking on the Leinster Twitter feed here. Yeah, Mary O'Connell's got one of the points. Miriam Walsh got the second goal. And Aoife Doyle got the first one. Just checking up to make sure that I got those ones right for you. A little bit of a break and play here. And Ray Kelly will get us back underway. Ray, a very experienced referee. You could almost call him a veteran of All-Ireland finals at this stage. I think it's 13. Or national finals. That's Roisin Baker, number 5 in there. Working hard for her team. Now they're looking for Aisling O'Neill from Castleknock. She got a goal against Westmeath in the first half last week, and she's broken away really nicely there. They'd love a goal from her today. A point will do for now though, and that is over the bar, and that is Dublin's first score off the game from play, and that's very welcome, and I'm sure it'll give them a little bit of confidence, and certainly Aisling O'Neill will benefit from that. 3 points on the board for Dublin, and that a really fine score. But lots of room here, far too much room in the middle. That's the second time they've used that route, and look how quickly they get the ball down the other end, and now it could even result in a goal at the other end if they get in behind, and they've got in behind. They've got 2 goals so far. She goes to ground, lots of Dublin players in there, and the goalkeeper comes out to the rescue in the end. Eva Mooney spotting the danger and coming out to clear. That's good work by Dublin. So no complaints about Dublin, I would imagine, in the defensive part of the field so far. They've certainly matched Kilkenny, and they've done that again. Sarah Dunn on the live chat area on the YouTube channel has said she's delighted with how our Piltown ladies are playing. Yeah, lots of Piltown girls out there, including Aoife Norris, the goalkeeper, and Katie Power, of course, the number 11. She's been around, would you believe, since 2006 she made her debut. 4 All-Stars, first in 2009. What a player. But it's Dublin now at the other end, and it's O'Neill who goes for the goal and gets an effort in on goal. Looked for a decision, didn't get it. No foul there at all. Well saved by Aoife Norris. But Dublin on the rise in the last couple of minutes. A nice point from play, and they get through there, and they at least got an effort at goal. Kilkenny rising to that challenge and putting it over the bar at the other end. That's a great point. Put straight over, and where cameras were right behind that one, and I think it was Katie Nolan. It was indeed the All-Star from last year. You just sensed after that chance at the other end that the crowd noise lifted a little bit. They sensed that Dublin were rising to the challenge, and like all good teams, Kilkenny rose even higher. We also have a message on the live chat from Abu Dhabi. So Canada and now Abu Dhabi. Lisa and baby Teddy cheering on the kittens from Abu Dhabi. Thank you for that. So we have viewers right across the world for this historic game in Portlaoise as Dublin go for another score, but that one's just gone to the right. But at least they are getting chances. They are competing, and they are competing well, and they're creating. But the Kilkenny pressure being applied again at the other end, and their forwards are so slick. That was absolutely beautiful, and close quarters there, and even closer, and popped over the bar. But that was all about the superb work by Katie Nolan and by Julianne Malone out here on the stand side, and then he got it across, and I think it was Walsh who did the rest, as she does with ease. Lovely score. Now Niamh Gannon from St Jude's running with the ball in her hurl. Oh, that's brilliant. And she's gone through about 6 or 7 Kilkenny players and still going, and puts it over the bar. That's Dublin's best score of the game. Niamh Gannon can do that, and she's done it again on the big stage for her team. Nearly 27 minutes gone, and this is developing into a very enjoyable and entertaining and high standard contest. And Dublin more than holding their own, even though the scoreboard might suggest they're well out of the game. That is not the case, and they seem to be growing in confidence as well. They're certainly competing. Now it's a matter of confidence and winning a ball or two. Can they get on? There might be a chance here for O'Neill. That might have bounced kindly for her, and she has latched onto it, and she is being held, and she is going to get her free. Is she going to put it over from play? And that is going to be allowed, I think. It is indeed, and the referee wants to have a word as well. He wasn't happy with the challenge, and Ray Kelly goes in to make that known to Tiffany Fitzgerald. And a yellow card shown. Good point as well for Dublin, and that's now 2-7 to 5, and within a few minutes the scoreboard has changed. Not dramatically, but certainly changed a bit. And we now have a change being made by Kilkenny as well, because they are going to replace Grace Walsh. Now that's a bit of a surprise, but she is hobbling, I see. And I know last week she had a dead leg, I think, and there was a little bit of concern. And they thought after the game, well, Brian Dowling was interviewed about it, and he seemed to suggest that it was nothing and she'd be okay. But she clearly has not been able to run that off, and instead they have brought on from the subs. They're number 22, and that's Ciara Phelan from Dixborough. So good score for Dublin, and a change by Kilkenny, and a yellow card for Kilkenny. Emma O'Byrne doing well to get it to Niamh Gannon, who's starting to come into this game, and there's an example of her growing in confidence, but she just couldn't get through all of them, and Steffi Fitzgerald did well. Now this is getting a little bit too easy in here for Miriam Walsh. She's enjoying herself in there, and she's just winning every ball when it comes in. And Dublin repelling the attack, though. That's really good defending. It looked for a minute that Kilkenny might ease their way through to a goal. That's been the case a few times, but Dublin have been very resolute in there, to be fair. And it was great defending. Christine Shanahan in the red helmet in there, who's now playing in a sort of a sweeper role in there, and they might need that because, oh, and that ball might drop into the net, has it? I think it has. You know, that was misjudged by the goalkeeper, and the panic set in, and a fortunate goal for Kilkenny. They've actually put a lot of balls in there where they've created lots of nice chances, but that one went straight to the net, and they didn't create it at all, really. They were gifted a goal there, Dublin, or Kilkenny, and just as Dublin were doing well to come back into this game, that's a hammer blow for them in the last minute of the first half. That's a push by Steffi Fitzgerald on Jodie Couch, so a free for them, and Couch will head off and leave it to Aisling Maher. Game was just getting really interesting there, and Kilkenny have got a goal out of just about nothing. And that will be a free in for Dublin. Dublin undeterred by the goal at the other end. That was good work by Ali Toomey. But it's the Kilkenny player actually who is down and requiring treatment, even though she has conceded the free. We're in added time at the end of the first half. We'll stay on for a minute at the end of the half. If you want to put any comments in on the, just watching that again, actually I just had another look at the challenge that went in, and she's given away a free but hurt herself in the process there. That's a tough one. Dublin substitutes keeping warm, and that's not too difficult to do today in these conditions here in Portlaoise. But yeah, I was just about to say we'll take some of your comments on the live chat area on the YouTube channel. That's the Dublin management. Tony Fox is down there, Adrian O'Sullivan, the Bannister. And it was the Kilkenny number 2, Michelle Teenan, who was in the wars there, but she's okay. So an enjoyable first half. Aisling Maher wearing 17, won an All-Star in 2017, started the game and puts it over the bar for Dublin's 6th point of the game. 3-7 plays 6. Just checking again on the Twitter feed, the last goal was credited to Katie Parr, the one that dropped all the way into the net from midfield. Good battling again from Dublin, showing great heart, great courage, and a lot of skill as well. And that's tenacious play by Jodie Couch, one of the twins, one of the pocket rockets. Oh, and that's a good ball as well in towards Toomey, but she's unable to take it right away. And if you don't do that, these defenders are quick to pounce, but Dublin are quick to pounce as well. That's good pressure from them. Slither is cleared, and the referee blows his whistle for the end of an interesting first half. It looks on the scoreboard like it's all Kilkenny, 3-7 to 6. They have a 10-point lead, but the truth of the story is that Dublin have put it up to Kilkenny. You're looking there at Julianne Malone, one of the stars of the first half, a revered full forward line for Kilkenny, full of all-stars, but Dublin have stood firm. They conceded one soft goal towards the end, but apart from that, they have been well in this game and have competed brilliantly, it has to be said. A few good scores towards the end of the half, And they started the game well too, and the big crowd here in O'Moore Park have been enjoying it. You see the black and amber mixing there with the sky blue, and they're in the shade. Sun has gone in a little bit, but it is warm here. It's a beautiful day, and everybody enjoying a great occasion here. A double header with Laois against Galway and the Leinster Senior Hurling Championship on after this at 5 o'clock. And there is the president of the Camogie Association, Hilda Breslin, and she is smiling, so I guess she's happy, and why wouldn't she be on a day like this, enjoying the contest and enjoying the occasion. Dublin's first final since 1987, and Adrian O'Sullivan's players have gone into the dressing room, and he is having a word with his team to see what they can do in the second half. I'd say they'd be happy with certainly the application and the effort out there, and some skill as well in the last 10 minutes in particular to get them back into the game. And then, as I say, they had that unfortunate goal for them, but it is Kilkenny in charge at half time, but you can't say it's over. It is 3-7 to 6. We had 33 minutes nearly in the first half, and we will be back shortly with the second half. So give us about 5 or 6 minutes and we will be back with you for the second half. crowd in Portlaoise enjoying the game and relaxing during the sunshine at half time. And I know you're busy and enjoying the coverage as well wherever you are, and you are everywhere, because I've been checking on the live chat feed on the YouTube channel where the game has been shown, and we have messages from Canada and from Abu Dhabi already in the first half, and we have some new messages as well. Richard English says fair play to Dublin, great effort. Coleman Long says hope it's better second half. Dublin need to keep it up. Kilkenny are cruising. I think that's a little bit kind and a little bit unkind against Dublin. They were certainly giving it all they could. And Richard also says we need more teams playing well in Leinster. And well, Dublin are certainly trying to do that, and they are coming through. It's their first senior final in 35 years, so I think that's evidence of that, at least a little bit of evidence. Morton Molyneux says watching from Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada. He says I don't usually cheer for Dublin teams, but I will today. Okay, thank you for that, and I'm sure Dublin will appreciate that. Young and old, or older, watching the game here in Portlaoise from all over the counties, and plenty, well, that's obviously a young dub, and there are plenty of people watching online from, as I say, all over the world. We've had the Middle East, and we've had the States and Canada. So let us know where you're watching the game from. Feel free to leave a message on the live chat there. The referee Ray Kelly from Kildare out in the middle there with his officials. The Kilkenny team is out there, so we're waiting for Dublin to come back out, but no sign of them just yet. Now they're here. 3-7 plays 1-6 at half time. This young Dublin team acquitting themselves very well today so far, I would say. The Laois hurlers are here, reminding us that this is a historic milestone double header today. Laois against Galway in the Leinster Senior Hurling Championship coming up at 5 o'clock. The Dublin subs. I see another Gannon sister there, and Cara Tierney is there as well, I saw from Nafiana. Wonder if there's any changes at half time, just keeping an eye on that for you. And I do see number 17, but of course that is Aisling Maher, who was in from the start. That was the only change at the start. We had one other change in the first half, and that was Grace Walsh having to come off. She got a knock last week against Offaly and wasn't able to complete the first half. We are underway with the second half now, and Ray Kelly gave a little bit of advantage there and then brought it back in. It's a free for Kilkenny right away, playing into the town end here at O'Moore Park in Portlaoise, if you know your Portlaoise and if you know your O'Moore Park. The other end is the Abbey Leaks end. So Kilkenny playing from right to left into the town end. Right bang on halfway from Denise Gall. Gets a great strike, left-sided of course, and just puts it onto the bar, and it's well taken by the goalkeeper there in the pink helmet. That's Eva Mooney, watched it really well. Was unfortunate with the goal towards the end of the first half, but really did well there. Now, this is better. I think that's Hegarty away over on the far side. Looks like her familiar running style and tenacious defending. That's why she's the captain. We did confirm at half-time, by the way, that it was Katie Power who got the third goal for Kilkenny. The one that just dropped into the net and evaded everybody. A little bit fortunate, but I guess you got to get it in there. This is Gall. Gall storming forward ominously, leaves it off. Mary O'Connell is there, and she will try to take her point, but surprisingly from there actually misses the target. Remains scoreless at the start of the second half. Now, where can Mooney go with this? Possession from the puck out, so important. She comes over to this near side where three Dublin players have gone for it, and the numbers have counted. Niamh Gannon has slipped it, and that's a good dangerous ball in towards Aisling O'Neill over the top, and for once she has a little bit of room in there. Comes back out, of course, tries to get on her left but runs out of room, and instead it's Toomey there, but she is blocked down. Might get another chance at it. No room for her at all today, or indeed at the moment out there. That is what the Kilkenny defence are like, and they now switch the slither into the other end of the field, and that's nice intricate play. Is a dangerous ball in as well there by Katie Nolan. And this is Mary O'Connell. She missed one a minute ago. Is she missing this one, or is she going to get this one? No, she's missed this one as well. Just gone to the left and wide. Good quick puck out. That's a good idea. And Couch gets it up towards Toomey. She goes to ground, and referee says that is a foul by Tiffany Fitzgerald. Free into Dublin, and this gives them the opportunity to get the first score of the second half. Aisling Marr will come forward to take it. Scored 3 times last week after coming on as a sub against Westmeath, starting the game today. From the St Vincent's club, as is Murren Kelleher, the number 4. Our camera perfectly behind this one. And Camley puts it over the black spot. 3 minutes gone in the second half. First score of the second half to the Dubs. 3-7 plays 7. The goalkeeper Ethan Norris goes over to the far side. That looked like a little bit of a nudge there at the vital time, but Kilkenny go on with the play. They have possession, and it is so hard to see the numbers, especially at that distance, so I'm afraid I don't know who exactly that is way over there. That looks like possibly a substitute who's come in that I haven't spotted. Was that a 20 something on that back? I'll try and clarify that for you in the next few minutes. Well, there's a dangerous ball back into the D almost, but Dublin trying to clear. Gabby Couch in there, but the Cats surrounded her, and now they've got it. They're trying to find a little pocket of room. It's Dublin here round them, but there's a chance, and lashed to the net brilliantly for a goal at the start of the second half. That is Kilkenny's 4th goal. You can hear the kittens roar, you can hear the crowd roar, you can hear the people enjoying this game, and why not? That's Aoife Doyle from Pilltown smashing to the net. She just needed a pocket of room. Brilliant goal, and Kilkenny are on their way to victory. That's good play by O'Connell, and Kilkenny responding from, oh, that's lovely play by Denise Gall. That's a beautiful little bit of skill there, and it's created something because it's taken 4 or 5 Dublin players out of it and set it on a plate, but that was all about the little dummy. Lovely little bit of play. Cameo there from the 5-time All-Star from Wind Gap, the 2012 Ashbourne winner with WIT, Denise Gall. She certainly has still got it. And there's another point, and Kilkenny just turning up the volume a little bit. Dublin had the audacity to score the first point of the second half, and Kilkenny have responded in kind with 1-2 in a couple of minutes. Battle for possession over on the far side, and it's Kilkenny who come away with it. Julianne Malone, I think that was. A little bit of room here and behind, and he might be through for another goal. Lovely little intricate bit of play, and the shot goes in low and goes between the keeper's legs, I think, from Miriam Walsh, and ends up in the net. And that's 2 goals at the start of the second half for Kilkenny. 2 in a couple of minutes, and it's Walsh again. She got 2-2 last week against Offaly, and I make that at least 2 goals again today. She might be trying to match a couple of years ago in the 2019 Leinster semi-final. She scored 4 goals against the Dubs. And Dublin have made a change. Number 2, Christine Shanahan, has gone off. She put in a really good shift for her team today, and I think it was 27 who's gone in for Dublin, and that would be Leah Butler from St Jude's. And she's now marking Mary O'Connell, who has been dangerous at the start of the second half. Put a couple wide, but she's been involved in just about everything. It's going to be a hold up and play because there's a Kilkenny player down, and Ray Kelly just spotting that and holding up the play sensibly. So we do, as I say, welcome your comments on our live chat on the Leinster Camogie YouTube channel. Mikey Jones says hi to Big Tom Aylward watching in Mullinavat, and that's from all in Clonmel. Thank you for that. Well, Julianne Malone, the number 15 for Kilkenny, is from Mullinavat. Jack Kennedy says there needs to be more coverage on RTE and TG Cahir. Well, I think they're sorting that out. That's going in the right direction. So thank you for those messages. Feel free to leave one, and I'll try and read it out when we get another break and play. It's a Dublin free after all that. Now, a chance for them to hit back. That's O'Neill chasing it. Aisling from Castleknock, but she's surrounded there. She's doing her best. She's got a little bit of help in there too. And that's Aisling Gannon on the fringe of it, trying to see where it's going to go and then maybe get involved. Comes out though. Kilkenny's defence is resolute and cleared under serious pressure as well. I think that was Prendergast who got it clear. That's good battling, but the sub-Butler is in there. Kilkenny winning a lot of these little exchanges though in the vital moments of the game. They are so sharp. And this is the centre half forward, Katie Power, steaming forward. What skill on her hurl there, but in the end isn't able to quite manage it. And it's going to be clear. This is Emma O'Byrne trying to get it clear. Intercepted. The Cats are just so sharp. They really upped their game last week, and they have a lot of championship games to play over the next while. Now that one's gone wide, but they are improving by the week. There was a big improvement last week, and they have kept that standard up again today. Change for Dublin. 28 is coming in for 17. So 28 for Dublin is Orla Gray from Nafina, and she comes in for Aisling Maher. Aisling Maher wearing 17, started the game but is now being replaced. Eva Mooney, Dublin goalkeeper, puts that out around the middle, breaks through a few players, and Niamh Gannon tries to get there. And Dublin do have it. And this is the substitute who's just come in. This is Gray. But I think Dublin are finding today that they've just got no time on the ball. They've gone up a level today, there's no doubt about that. It's all part of the learning curve for Dublin. Such a young team. And they've acquitted themselves well today, as I keep saying, and will continue to say. 40 minutes almost gone. 5-9 plays 7. They've had some very good passages of play, and they've kept at it. And this is Roisin Baker. And she's looking to give it to Kelleher. No, she comes inside, and this is Flanagan. Good work by the substitute, who come in under serious pressure and is hooked, and it's Kilkenny who win it back. And now it's Dublin putting the Cats under serious pressure and getting the ball back. She's going to have to kick it there. Look at that. 10 minutes into the second half, they conceded 5 goals, but Dublin still giving it everything. This is the fullback, Claire Phelan, spreading the play, putting the slither way over to the far side, and that's Katie Nolan, I think, trying to get clear. Now she's definitely being held, and the referee will give a free, and has given a free. Another substitution being made for Dublin, and it's number 10 coming in. She didn't start the game even though she was listed, but is in the play now. Number 10, and that is Elise Jameson Murphy from the Nafina club. And she replaces Aisling Gannon. Point for Kilkenny, moves them on to 5-10. That's good work by Niamh Gannon. Her sister has gone off, but that was a good catch by her, and she's got a free out of it as well in the middle of the field. Just looking off camera, Kilkenny have a sweeper in and around the house, so they've dropped a player back in there just in case. So they don't drop it into the house. They drop it into the corner, but it's still a black and amber jersey getting there first. Way over on the far side from us there, the players battling for possession, eventually cleared into the Dublin half, but good defending, fierce tackling. They really have to up their game, and they have done. Hannah Hegarty showing how it's done for her team, and spreads the play, but it's Kilkenny sharpest to it yet again in defence. So that means the ball just keeps coming back. It was there, number 2, Michelle Teenan from the James Stephens club, who read it and won it back there. Denise Gall striding over to take this one at her leisure. Doesn't look in any particular hurry at all, and why should she be? Puts it low into the corner towards Nolan, and she's just about to get there and keep it in play, but under serious pressure, and loses out. But the battle goes on in that left corner underneath the scoreboard at the town end. Chance now to clear, and they do, and it comes out to Orla Gray, and she's got room in front of her now, and she does like to run with the slither, but is prevented from doing so by Denise Gall, and that's a free. There was a lovely quote by the great Niall Scully in the Herald about Orla Byrne running as if she was running for the last bus. He came out with another lovely quote about Emma O'Byrne. He says that Emma jostled for the ball as if it was the winning Euro Millions ticket. Great stuff from Niall Scully, as usual, in the Herald. 2 subs coming on for Kilkenny. And even at close quarters, it's hard to see the white numbers and the black and amber stripes, but it's 23 and 17, I think, coming on for Kilkenny, and that is Laura Norris from Piltown, and number 17 is Miriam Bambrick from Barrow Rangers. 13 has come off, that is Katie Nolan. So 2 switches for Kilkenny, and I think they're lining up a third. They are indeed. Number 20, Sarah Crowley from Mooncoin, is going to be the next substitute, probably in the next break of play. We go back to the play. 5-10 plays 7 points at the end of the third quarter, but of course no water break. We keep playing, but it is the 45-minute mark. It's good battling by Gabby Couch, but Kilkenny just seem to win most of those tight exchanges. They win the important balls. Oh, that's brilliant though from Couch. Gabby gets the ball now. Wasn't sure where it had gone, but reacted brilliantly and showed commendable tenacity, and is coming back for a free for them as well. Gabby Couch, twin sister of Jodie, both from Oliver Plunkett's, and doing Dublin proud here this afternoon. And there is a substitute coming on for Kitty Parr. So Sarah Crowley on for Kitty Parr. So Sarah gets her chance. Good 15 minutes left in the game to show what she can do. This is Aisling O'Neill for Dublin, showing what she can do, coming inside on her left, and that's good work as she got the target she has, you know, and that's an excellent score by the full forward from Castleknock. 1-4 against Westmeath, and that's an excellent point today to stop the rot and get Dublin back on the scoreboard and show that they are still alive and well here in this Leinster final and determined to play right to the end. And they get out in front there as well. That's good work by Roisin Baker. But the superior touch, it has to be said, is from the Kilkenny players. And just as I say that, there is nothing superior because he drops the ball. But yeah, it was notable last week against Offaly that Kilkenny were more ruthless and had upped their game. Gaul and Walsh scored 3-6 between them. They were first to the ball, great first touch, fast ball into the forwards as well. They've upped their game, as I say, for the championship, and they're showing that today. And when you look at the talent that's out there and the awards that are out there, I mean, Katie Power's just gone off. Not only has she won 4 All-Stars since 2009, she's been nominated for an All-Star 10 times. Denise Gaul has won 5 All-Stars. These Dublin young girls are learning the game as they go, and they will learn and take an awful lot away from this game today. On the live chat on YouTube, Mary Beck says, great play, Christine. That's Christine Shanahan. Yeah, she had a great game. Another switch for Kilkenny. Now, trying to see who it is. The number 4 has gone off for Kilkenny. That's Tiffany Fitzgerald. Made her debut in the first day of the league this year. And I'll try and pick up who came on for her. Dublin looking at a change as well, and it will be 22, so that will be Claire Gannon. They've taken off one Gannon sister, left one on the pitch, and now they're going to bring another one on. Bring the St Jude's Gannon sisters up to 2 out of 3. Now this is the sub who's come on, Crowley. It's good work. The sub's obviously keen to make a big impression for Kilkenny. And I see the 23 out there as well. That's Laura Norris. So they're staking up a claim to try and get into this team, and that is obviously very difficult to do. Gannon comes in and replaces Emma Flanagan from Lucan Sarsfields. This is Denise Gaul in the shaded part of the ground, and that's a small part of the ground at this stage, just underneath the stand. I see a few maroon jerseys behind the players there on the terrace. A few Galway players coming into the stadium, or Galway fans coming into the stadium now, and Laois, of course, for the Senior Hurling Championship game at 5 o'clock. Jack Kennedy on the live chat says that the midfield duo of Power and Gaul is deadly. Thank you for that message. And we also have Aoife Deegan saying hi from Ciara Deegan to Jamie, Genevieve and family in Gorda Hork. Glad to have you all watching the game. Coleman Long enjoying the coverage. He's glad to be able to see it live. We're glad to be able to bring it to you live. Play being held up at the minute, so I'm going to your messages. So keep them coming. Thank you for the messages so far. Join in the live chat there on the YouTube page if you want. And at this stage, I'm also going to actually take your contenders for player of the match. Now, there is an official player of the match, so this will not be the official one, but we'd be interested in your opinions on that. Who do you think has been the best player out there today? See the Galway players down below us as well in the tunnel. Actually, we can just see the back of their heads. They've come out now. They're watching the end of this game. And overall, you have to say it's great to be on this stage. Good profile for Camogie. They do put in the same effort as those lads, to be fair, so they deserve it. And you look at the skills out there today, and you cannot help but be impressed. The established Kilkenny against the young guns from Dublin, and the young guns from Dublin trying to get through here, even though they're well behind on the scoreboard. They're giving it everything, and Aisling O'Neill profits in the end, and she gets her second point of the second half, and Dublin deserve that. We're now into the last 10 minutes, and they have moved on to 9 points. Now the Kilkenny substitute is in lots of space here. Sarah Crowley. That was too easy from the puck out. Maybe the energy levels are going down a little bit from Dublin. They just didn't spot her over there, maybe. Clash of the Ash out in the middle of the field. These exchanges tell a lot about the game, and Dublin won that one. A few contenders coming in for player of the match. Thank you for that. And thank you for your support of the live stream. That's Niamh Gannon doing brilliantly. Oh, and she's away. She's got a great score in the first half, and she's got a great score in the second half. Gannon from St Jude's. There's 3 of them. That time it was Niamh, and that's an excellent point, showing that she can perform on this stage. And Dublin with the last 2 scores of the game. 5-10 plays 10. Dublin working hard here, and they want to put on a show as much as they can, especially towards the end of this game, because there's more support in the ground now, and they're maybe benefiting from that. Point for Kilkenny though at the other end. Maybe they're feeling the big crowd atmosphere here, and they're rising to that, Dublin. They're delighted to be on this stage, and why not? It's great to see. It's a milestone occasion, and brilliant for Leinster Camogie to be here. And now we're seeing the Laois and Galway supporters coming in, and lots of cheering and noise from the crowd here in the main stand, and it's echoing around as well. And they don't care about the score. The players are rising to this. They're enjoying it. They're sensing the crowd is building, and they are going to go right to the final whistle. You'd think it was the first 10 minutes of the game, not the last 10. Dublin looking at bringing in Aoife Walsh, another St Jude's player. And that one batted down, but Kilkenny will come again. Crowley's been involved a lot, but it's Dublin, and it's Orla Gray again. Stick goes to the ground, or a hurl. I have to keep calling it a hurl. Sorry about that. That's a free for Dublin, not where the ball landed, but back around the middle of the field. And there is that substitute going in now for the Dubs, Aoife Walsh, that I mentioned, and she is going to replace Ali Toomey. Referee having a word out there as well. And I think it's with Miriam Bambrick, the 17, who came in, and she's been shown a yellow card. There's 2 yellow cards today for the Black and Amber. So those contenders for player of the match. Jack Kennedy says Gall and Doyle have been excellent for Kilkenny. Sarah Dunn says, for me, Aoife Doyle is player of the match, although I could be biased. And Sarah Foley says Denise Gall by far. So keep those contenders going for player of the match. That was Aisling O'Neill trying there. And do you know what I'm going to do as well? I'm going to ask you for the Dublin player of the match today. I think that would be fitting for the occasion and for Dublin's efforts today. So not a player of the match for the whole game, but just a Dublin player of the match. Who's been Dublin's best players today? And then we'll have the overall one as well, which of course will be a Kilkenny player. Good battling, good work by Jodie Couch, but in the end she's hooked and surrounded there, and the ball is cleared. But it's certainly an even game at the minute. But at the vital times in the game, Kilkenny have just had that little bit of magic, that little bit of sharpness, that little bit of cuteness in there. They got one fortunate goal, but they created 4 super goals as well, and they're clinical when they get a chance. That has been the difference. And that's Couch going forward, but that was a little bit of a tired effort, and she spilled it at the last moment. They're so sharp. The crowd loving this, and Dublin responding. And this is Jodie Couch now. I said she was tiring, but that's a good effort from her. Nearly got it over the bar. Cleared though in the end by Claire Phelan after good work by the goalkeeper Aoife Norris from Piltine. Good work running off the shoulder as well. Didn't quite come to fruition there, but they are good at it, Kilkenny. They have these subs on now who are hungry. But there is a loose ball, and it's gone straight to Orla Gray for Dublin. Tries to come inside. Eventually gets the ball down this side, and that's well taken as well by Niamh Gannon, who's been enjoying herself out there for most of the afternoon. But that one goes to the right and wide. Good battling again in there by the captain, Hannah Hegarty, going right to the end for her team. This is Aisling O'Neill, who's also done really well in at full forward for Dublin. There's a couple of contenders for player of the match, and this is Jameson Murphy. Michelle Teenan has had a great job in at cornerback for Kilkenny. Dublin come again though, and they try Niamh Gannon again, and it's broken kindly. Now she's a lot of work to do here, Jodie Couch. There's 3 players after her, and one of them gets a hook in, but she still persists. This is brilliant work, and she's blocked again, and eventually gets a free in. She had to work so hard for it, and eventually one of those challenges was deemed illegal. Sarah Dunn also says that Aisling Maher from St Vincent's impressed her in the first half, but those Gannon ladies have played well for Dublin too. They sure have. And Megan O'Reilly's just messaged as well. Hiya, Megan. And she says Miriam Walsh for Kilkenny on fire, and as for Dublin, Aisling O'Neill is the star of the future, pure class. Niamh Gannon working her socks off. And Emma Beck says Christine is Dublin's best player. So thank you for all those contributions, and especially for the Dubs, because yeah, Aisling O'Neill has had a super game. That's who I had in mind actually when I asked you to nominate the best players for Dublin. She's come into the game as the game has gone on, and she's over the ball right now, and will take that. Has taken over the duties ever since Aisling Maher has gone off, and she's done well from play and from frees now, the girl from Castleknock, and Dublin on to 11 points, 5-11 to 11. Now there's room here for the substitute, and that's Aoife Walsh, and she's hounded down but gets a boot on it in the end, but puts it out of play. So where will the goalkeeper go this time? Norris looking to see where there's a little bit of room. Players are tired, but you can tell that they're being buoyed by the crowd that are in here now. The stand is filling up, and the signal has just gone up for 3 more minutes at the end of the 60. Now the ball popped down into the right corner, and Gabby Couch was only too willing to run after it and might get her score. She does get her score, and Dublin deserved that right at the end of the game in the 60th minute. They have kept going. They have been revitalised, if you like, by the big crowd going into the stadium now, and they are putting on a bit of a show right at the end. They are responding to the crowd, and that's good to see. 12 points now for Dublin. I have to say, it is noticeable that Kilkenny have just sort of eased off a little bit. The 2 goals they got early in the second half put them well ahead. Made a lot of changes then as well, and they haven't had the same momentum since then, although they still have remained, of course, in charge of the game. But here comes O'Neill again for Dublin, and wouldn't it be nice for them to finish with a goal? They haven't really had many sights, I think just the one, but there's a chance here, and I think that's Aoife Walsh who came in. Has she got her score? I think she has, you know. Aoife Walsh from St Jude's, and she'll enjoy that moment in added time at the end of the Leinster Senior Hurling Final. Camogie final rather. The hurling's on next, and she makes it 13 points for Dublin, 5-11 to Kilkenny, and that looks a bit more respectable. So Kilkenny have not had to do as much, let's put it like that. They were well ahead on the scoreboard, and they've brought on a few of their subs who have impressed. Jodie Couch has seen a lot of the ball, but she's closed down there and fouled. So 62nd minute of the game. I make it about a minute and a half left. Is there more in this? And that's a free for Kilkenny. Just to put it into context, Dublin's last All-Ireland final was 1986. Since then, Kilkenny have won 8 All-Irelands. But this is an up-and-coming Dublin team, and they'll take a lot from today. But this is Aoife Prendergast, the captain from Dixborough, and she puts it just to the left and wide. I think she got the first score of the game, trying to get the last one as well. 1 minute left. Mooney goes low with this one and works to get possession. And they're working it through the hands. This is Baker, and then they go long. Oh, that's a brilliant catch as well by Aisling O'Neill, probably Dublin's best player today, and cuts inside. She might even go for goal. Oh, lovely play as well, and she gets the effort away, and it's well watched by Aoife Norris, but dangerous play there at the end of the game, and Aisling O'Neill enjoying herself out there now and showing that she belongs in this kind of company, and that's a perfect example of how Dublin will benefit from this experience today. And Gabby Couch has kept battling right to the end. That's another example of what Dublin have done today. Their first final in 35 years, and they have given a great account of themselves. You can tell from the body language there that they are exhausted. They have given everything, and yes, Kilkenny have only been in second gear, but still, Dublin, with a very, very young team, have done well. And this is 27 Leah Butler, and she has put that one just wide, and that may be the end of the game. I see the referee Ray Kelly pointing to his watch, and I think he's about to call it. Yeah, he asked for the ball and brings the 2022 Leinster Senior Camogie Championship final to an end. And it's Kilkenny who have won it. Another title for them as expected. But it's been an entertaining afternoon, and it's been a milestone afternoon as well, with the Laois Galway game coming up at 5 o'clock. The rest of the Cats coming out, the subs coming out, and the players who had been replaced. And down below us as well, I can see the pop-ups from Leinster Camogie going up, and I can see Linda Kenny, the chairperson as well, preparing her speech, and she we'll have to do that pretty quickly, I think, because we have Laois Galway coming up at 5 o'clock. So I imagine we'll have the player of the match first. That's usually the case. I'm interested in your contenders for player of the match. I got a few of them in there, so thank you for that. Miriam Walsh got a vote from one or two people, and we also had, who's the other one we had? I'm trying to look back. Well, Aoife Doyle certainly got a vote, and Denise Gall, Katie Power, usual suspects. So could be one of them. Looking round the rest of the team, I'd have to myself give a mention for Michelle Teenan at number 2. I thought she had a good game. And of course the captain, Aoife Prendergast, got through a lot of work in the middle of the field, as did Julianne Malone when she came out. So lots of good players there, but of course they replaced a lot of them as well, so not all of them played the full game. And for Dublin, great performances right through. The Couch twins really were fantastic right to the end. Hannah Hegarty, the captain, gave everything. Eve O'Brien was excellent, particularly in the first half, as was Christine Shanahan and Murren Kelleher. Roisin Baker fought all the way through, and the Gannons combined did very well. The pick of the three Gannons would be Niamh Gannon for me, a couple of great scores, and the pick of the lot, Aisling O'Neill from Castleknock at full forward. She really grew into the game and put on a great show for her team. So all in all, very entertaining. We have the cup to be presented, and we have that player of the match award. We're trying to get a microphone down so that we can hear the speech as well, so hopefully you'll be able to hear that on the live stream. And it's Linda Kenny, the chairperson, getting ready to make the speech right now. Just down to the left of the shot that you're looking at, and the Kilkenny players out on the pitch. The Dublin players over to your right, they're actually in a huddle, and they look like they're going to have a speech from their manager Adrian O'Sullivan, but I imagine they'll realise in a minute or so that the proceedings have started here, and they will of course come over and take part in that. Hopefully you're hearing that. She's basically thanking the Leinster committee. And she has the captain of Kilkenny, Aoife Prendergast, up beside her already. She's talking about the championship coming up in a few weeks, as in the All-Ireland Championship. Now you're seeing that from the back, but we're working hard to get another camera angle for you as well, so that you can see the presentation. It's down under that pop-up, which is down to the left of your shot at the minute, but we've tried to get another camera in place to try and get a shot of this, and it's on there now. There you go. Martina McGilloway in the shot as well, and the camera set up to get the player of the match now, and there she comes. It's Aoife Doyle, number 8 from Pilltown. Martina taking the photograph of that. Well done to Aoife. And another Aoife now.
After a 2-year absence of our provincial championship, to present the senior championship to the Kilkenny captain, Aoife Prendergast from Dicksboro.
And Aoife Prendergast, the captain from Dicksboro in Kilkenny, lifts the Leinster Championship trophy here in Portlaoise.
Kilkenny! It gives me great pleasure to stand up here and be presenting this cup on behalf of a fantastic group of players and a fantastic management team. And just a few thank yous. First of all, I'd like to thank Omar Park for the great facilities. The pitch was in unbelievable condition, and we couldn't ask for better with a double header as well, so thanks a million for that. Next I'd like to thank the ref, linesmen and umpires on a great game of camogie today, and thanks a million for that, lads. Next I'd like to thank Leinster Camogie for all the publicity they give to camogie in Leinster over the last few years, and there's great publicity on their Instagram and Facebook page, so thanks a million for that. Next I'd like to thank all the supporters that came out here today. Without you, you got us through the match, you got us through the glasses, so thanks a million for everyone for their support. I won't keep you much longer. I'd just like to thank our management team for their continued work, hard work, dedication to this team. I know it's not easy at times, but you stick with us. So thanks a million, lads, and we'll drive on for the championship. Just finally, I'd like to thank Dublin on a fantastic game of camogie. Girls, you're a credit, so best of luck in championship, and 3 cheers to Dublin. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip!
Well done Kilkenny, well done Dublin. They both enjoy the big occasion here, the milestone occasion, the double header, big crowd in the stand, and they have been enjoying the end of the game and the presentation, and it's a bit of a cliche, but Camogie is the winner here, and Leinster Camogie in particular. Dublin will come again, there's no doubt about that, if they stick at it with that excellent young team, but Kilkenny have the cup, and they are going down now to get photographs taken on the pitch, and we'll go down and join them. But Laois Galway is coming up in the Leinster Senior Hurling Championship almost immediately after this, and I see that there's some, is that a young fella down there? It is, it's a young young Kilkenny lad with the jersey on, of course, and he's getting his picture taken with the cup. He's the first one to get it, never mind the players. Special little moment for him. And it's a heavy cup too, it's about the same size as him. Now Martina is there, the Leinster and Dublin PRO, and she is organising all the players and saying let's get this photograph taken. So we'll just stay on for another 30 seconds or so to get this famous photograph in there. They're turning around nicely as well for the camera, so we will get a nice shot of that. I think that's a fitting way for us to finish the live stream, and thank you to the Leinster Camogie committee and executive for organising this live stream. They were keen to do it. They knew this was going to be a milestone occasion. They got on to us as early as February, so we were delighted to be part of an historic occasion, and it's ended with the trophy as expected going to Kilkenny. But we had an entertaining final, and we had it on the big day, on the big platform as well. So the big crowd that you maybe see as well in the stand, lots of them coming down to the front, and lots of Laois and Galway people in here as well. So great buzz about the place, and it's certainly been a worthwhile exercise. Well done to those girls, well done to Kilkenny. We hope you've enjoyed it from Urmur Park in Portlaoise. We're just waiting out because there's a hold on. I was going to leave, but there's one fella has gone in and another fella has been dragged, and I'm not sure he wants to be there at all. One has got the cup and the other is looking like he might prefer to escape, but the cup has gone up. Nice shot there at the end. That says it all. We hope you've enjoyed it from Urmur Park in Portlaoise. It's goodbye.